Yo, what's going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped, back for the OPTC video. In today's video, we're talking 11th anniversary, and on top of that, I have a bunch of mail that we do need to get through. So I thought that we'd sort of like run through the news, run through the character selection, basically just give like a final sort of thoughts for the pre-11th anniversary. But obviously the banner's coming out in, 4 days? Comes out for Monday news times for me. So today is Thursday, so Friday, Saturday, so about 4 days, right? So we have Mother's Day over the weekend as well. So I'm going to be pretty tied up until then, so I thought I'd put this out now. I will be on GGP as well this weekend. Very excited for that, to talk to the boys about the 11th anniversary. But as you can see, the campaign, it's all up and running over in game, and you guys can see that. We obviously don't know what the banners are going to look like, so this is obviously the best time to spend your gems. These characters are going to basically rule for the next 12 months. So they're definitely characters you want to pick up, but we are looking at a film red structure where there is going to be 3 parts, a Super SUGO Fest on each part. They might continue doing 2. If they do 2, like that's going to be pretty scary shit. 6 Super SUGOs over the course of the celebration is pretty damn rough, to be honest. Like 4 does make sense, like if they're just sort of copying the One Piece Day celebration from last year, like with the Ori and Yamato. That's probably more of the route that I'm looking at them taking, and then obviously just slapping an anniversary exclusive into part 1. But hey, they could easily just go like 2 Super SUGOs anniversary, 2 Super SUGOs anniversary, 2 Super SUGOs anniversary. Who knows? At the end of the day, we know at least 2 more Super SUGOs will be coming. At least. And if I had to guess, I'd probably say 2 more Legends alongside that as sort of just side banner Legends, but I digress. We'll talk about that once we get to the actual tickets. Now, there is the Make Your Own SUGO Fest. I will do a separate video on that as well, but just be mindful that this voting doesn't have to be until the 14th, I believe. So the banners will be out by that point. You can do your summits, and then you can make your selections there. So very exciting stuff. 11th anniversary. Obviously, the 10th anniversary was a massive milestone for the game. The characters on the 10th anniversary, to this day, are still some of the best characters in the game, if not the best characters in the game. Ace, I use religiously. I use him every single chance I get with, of course, we start with fucking Hawkers, man. I use him every single chance I get with Pikqchu. Obviously, free spirits are very, very good. Shooters are on a massive rise, and Ace has the ability to give 4 turns of cooldown to the, half cooldowns to the entire team, as long as they're free spirit, shooter, or dex characters, which is very valuable if you're running 2. Momo likes to show up a lot too. If you're running 2, you basically just start with full cooldowns. And for PK level 150 to 200, it is like the perfect combination, just running double ace and just getting it done. Luffy, obviously still a grand party beast. The new Luffy Zoro Sanji is probably going to overtake them as, in quotations, the best leader. The burst ability of that new character looks absolutely insane. But the in Luffy, he's still like pinnacle when it comes to grand party, provided the rule set doesn't absolutely destroy him by just sort of taking away all his bursts. But that doesn't happen all that much. And then finally, Shanks. Shanks just... That's the second croc we pulled. We popped like 4 tickets and we pulled 2 crocodiles. That's actually crazy. Actually wild. I think we have all 10 day logging bonuses for like the S tier ranked tickets and stuff like that. So it's another big reason why I wanted to sort of do this video now that those tickets have basically expired. So Shanks, like I said, he's been plodding along. He's been having like influxes of being like amazing, and then he kind of like disappears for a month or 2, and then he comes back. It's like, oh my god, Shanks is so valuable. Mainly because like when you get a new cerebral character, Shanks is like, all right, well, I'm the best cerebral captain. How are we going to work alongside each other? Plus, with the new Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji unit, Shanks is part of their what's it called? Like part of their super tandem and all that fun stuff. So utilizing Shanks under them with the overridable color affinity boost, being a side character, means that you can easily get the chain boundary from Shanks, as well as that massive color affinity to side characters as well. So going to be a fantastic Super SUGO for the newest Super SUGO to come out as well. But as for the 3 characters that we've seen so far, all 3 of them in their own rights are just absolutely phenomenal. I think they all have potential to be the best characters in the entire game. The Luffy Zoro Sanji is just so much power, and like, you could probably say it's pretty vanilla or it's kind of lackluster, and like, oh my god, we got another Luffy for anniversary. Like of course we are. It's the main character. Like, always going to get a main character, Gear 5 Luffy from Egghead, because guess what? That shit sells, and everybody loves Luffy. Like, I don't care what you say. If you watch One Piece, you love One Piece, you love Luffy. Like, you have to, right? It's like over 1,000 episodes. Like, if you don't like the main character, you got issues. And at the end of the day, for a pinnacle celebration, they're always just going to slap a Luffy in. What they've done, though, they've added Zoro and Sanji into the mix. Speaking of Sanjis, what's going on, dude? Another Sai Sanji. They've added Zoro and Sanji into the mix, which, look, I'm not a huge fan of. I think just having it as a standalone Luffy would have been way better, but because that obviously opens the door to actually bringing Zoros and Sanjis on the team, namely characters like Zoro and Sanji, because like that character is still absolutely broken as hell. But I feel like adding the Zoro and Sanji kind of balances them out a little bit and just allows them to be insanely broken with their other abilities. Basically what they're doing, if you're running 2 Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, you're getting an extra 0.25 to orb and attack boost, which they both can do. If you run 3 Straw Hat characters on the crew, which obviously if you're running 2 leaders that are Straw Hats, you just need to bring 1 more character on the team, like the new Nami, and then you have the access to the 3 Straw Hats ability. And what that does is it allows you to override the attack and orb boost. So if you run 2 of them, you slap on a 4.5 times orb boost with a 4 times attack boost. They give the full body orbs and an overrideable color affinity boost, and then you use the other one to stack on top of the 4.5 times attack to get a 2.25 attack, and then you get orbs, and then you get the 2 times orbs, which is stacking on top of the 4 times orbs, which is just bananas. Like, it's so much damage with like just your leaders that it's just insane. And then, like I said, you bring the new Nami, and you're getting increased damage taken, you're getting the weakening effect, you're getting all of the utility that the characters bring, and then you have something like Shanks who's giving Chain Boundary more utility, and it's just like a match made in heaven. The one draw and downside to Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji that I have found is just they don't have any crazy utility in their captain, but they do. Oh, that's a good ticket. All right. I mean, I've already got this unit, but like definitely take it for like their Rumble special. Definitely one that you guys want to see when it comes to these tickets. That's a really good pull. As I was saying, the utility is just a bit of a problem, but I suppose like when you are looking just like pure damage and having the utility removal, I believe they remove 10 turns of paralysis and despair or something like that in their special. I can't exactly remember what the utility is, but they do remove 2 debuffs, and it is by 10 turns. So very, very good stuff there. So if I had to knock the character in one way, like they are quite bland, I suppose. I love that they're a slasher character. Like, I think they're just going to be phenomenal over in PvP on the side team. But I feel like you could probably do some fun stuff with, like, slashers as well. And sort of try and implement them onto a bit of a slasher team. With Nami being a slasher too, I feel like you definitely could do some stuff there. Downside to them in Rumble, I feel like it's going to be like trying to bring other Straw Hat characters to get their buffs. But like I said, I feel like it'll be definitely doable. Overall, fantastic character in PvE, fantastic character in PvP. Probably will have one of the best Grand Party bursts in the game from what we've seen on paper. Obviously, paper versus practicality can be 2 very different ball games, but I do think that they're definitely going to challenge for the best GP leader in the game. As for the next legend, we had Super SUGO Kizaru. And Super SUGO Kizaru is an interesting one because when I first read the translations, I wasn't super impressed with the unit. But lo and behold, the translation I was reading wasn't exactly super clear in the sense that I didn't understand the last part that says if you had 4 Navy characters on the crew, everything about Kizaru basically turns into rainbow. So then you can just bring any character you guys want on the team, just like Straw Hat Crew V2, just like the Gear 5 6+, and everything will basically affect the entire team. So this is very, very easy to do, especially if you're running 2 Kizarus. Remember, Kizaru can be up to a 7.8 times captain, just like the Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji unit. You're getting 4 turns of cooldown for each Kizaru if you are running 2, so that's 8 turns of cooldown. And if you're not bringing the Navy characters on the crew, you're just trying to build like a shooter team because he's sort of centric around shooters. You are getting massive buffs with the overrideable orb buff, the chain boundary, as well as the double territory that you can give for slashes and shooters. But look, if you are running like more of a shooter-centric team, you're probably using your own Kizaru with that Sai support. And then if you are trying to build like a shooter-slasher team with stuff like Zoro Kaku, maybe like Luffy Lucci, and you really want those extra territories, then you are going to be wanting to run friend captain. Something else I forgot to mention about Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji is they have the Sai territory, which is the first time we've seen a color territory, which is massive because now you can stack colors territories with class territories and then just have a 1.25 boost times 1.25 boost times a 1.25 boost, which is just insanely strong when you are having characters of the same classes and the same typing. So very, very strong stuff. But Kizaru's main drawback for me is he's special. I don't think his special is as powerful as what Luffy, Zoro, Sanji's is, but I really like Kizaru's captain ability. Kizaru's captain ability is what draws me to him. Again, you just have like Akainu's, you have Kuzans, you could run Garp, you could run Kobe's. Just as long as you like bring basically two if you're running double Kizaru, 2 other Navy units. The other 2 characters can be literally anything you wanted to satisfy the means of the content. Whatever buffs you're missing, just literally fill them in the gap. And then you're just absolutely covered. So you could just run the new Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji if you really wanted to, and just be like, yep, cool, that's going to satisfy my attack boost and my orb boost, and then you're good to go from there. I probably wouldn't recommend that per se, but like just having that ability to turn everything into a rainbow boost is really, really nice. On top of that, the Kizaru and the Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, they bring that new limit break ability, which is basically super tandem, but with tag characters. So you just need to tap with like certain tags, and they'll activate the super tandem. I imagine you need a tandem orb as well. We'll probably get a little bit more information when we see it in game, but the wording and the translation from the Japanese side of things was like a level. So you get a certain level with the buff, and each level is respective to a certain certain level of buff. So a level 5 is like a 2.25 attack boost equivalent. Level 7 was something like a 2.75, something like that. Going all the way up to level 30, I believe I read, and it was like a 5.5 times attack boost, which is absolutely monstrous. But look, damage cap still says hello. I don't know what they're going to do with that in terms of actually increasing it. If they're going to remove it, what the go is there, that's massive. I will take that. Absolutely take that. Love this unit in Rumble, man. Such a good unit. If you pull this character on a ticket, like, be very, very happy. They're so good. Overall, though, I'm more excited for Luffy, Zoro, Sanji than the Kizaru. I think Kizaru is going to be a lot of fun, though. The 6 turns of cooldown to the middle row doesn't seem overly broken. The fact that, again, he is a slasher booster does allow you to bring Nami on the team, which you definitely can do, and then you just sort of give the cooldown to her, and then you can get, like, her pseudo-double special activation, depending on what that stage 1 special looks like. I'm hoping Nami's stage 1 special is just, like, 2 turns, or something fucking ridiculous. So that way you can just easily pop it, and you don't have to bring someone to give you cooldowns, or even 4, because I think she can satisfy 4 cooldowns herself. If I remember correctly. But she seems absolutely disgusting as well. She's the anniversary exclusive, and she can give increased damage taken. She can apply weakness, which both can go through full immunity depending on how many Straw Hat characters you have on the team. I think it's only like 3 Straw Hats, and 2 Straw Hats, sorry. 2 Straw Hats and or 1 Zoro or 1 Brook. So if you just bring Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, you just get it because you have the Zoro there. So then that way you have, again, the weakness, the increased damage taken, all of it just goes through full immunity. She has Super Tandem, not the new Super Tag Super Tandem, but she does have a PvP Super Special, which is very, very enticing because out of the 3, I think she's going to be the most devastating in PvP. Essentially, she is just Nami Karina in herself. Like, she's just Nami for the Psy team. So very, very scary stuff. I think she does it to 3 units. Like, she does it for 2 units 3 times, not 2 units 2 times like Nami Karina. So like, that's even more devastating because you're essentially hitting an extra unit every single time. So it's just very, very scary stuff what she can do in Rumble. Besides that, she just sort of seems like straight damage output. She does have defense up removal, and she does have damage reduction removal, and that does go up to something stupid like 13 turns because it's 7 and 6. Her stage 1 special is still really, really good too. So like, if you are running like regular content, you essentially don't need to get the stage 2 special unless you need that extra turn of defense up or that extra turn of damage reduction. But I think the way that she's intended to work is that she is going to be able to use her stage 2 special, get the cooldowns, use the stage 1 special, and then you get the increased damage and the weakening. And that combination is so disgustingly strong. We've seen it with the verse Luffy and verse Shanks combination with like the double territory that way, and then having that increased damage taken, weakening effect. You can do some crazy shit with the Giants as well, which is also a slasher character. But the downside to Nami is her captain ability. Besides the 4 times belly increase that she gets, obviously her multipliers are quite low. She's not a super SUGO, so we're not expecting her to be like super disgustingly strong in terms of like, holy shit, she's breaking the game as a captain. She's not meant to be. Like, her Super EX, or whatever it is just basically can be used as a sub, and she's designed to go on a Zoro, Luffy, Sanji team. As for the rest of the 11th anniversary, I think the campaigns are really good. We're getting so many free gems. We're getting something like 280 free gems just by logging in. So make sure you guys are staying up to date with your login bonuses and all that fun stuff. We have the the retweet campaign, all that fun stuff, which will give us some more gems. And then make sure you guys do the trial quest as soon as it comes out. As soon as you see the trial quest over on Extra Island, not that many people go to Extra Island anymore, make sure you are doing that as soon as possible. Like, just, you got to get on that. That way you get an extra 30 gems, which is very, very important. The schedule is going to be jam-packed too. We're going to have stuff like the Pirate Festival Assault mode. We're also going to have a grand party special event for the start of the anniversary, which is basically just essentially just another 50 gems. And then there's also going to be co-op on as well. So lots and lots of stuff coming. I will do my best to get to the office to try and record my summons on Monday. But look, just with timing, work, being a dad, having a fiance, all that fun stuff, it might get a little bit challenging. Lo and behold, like, no matter what, we'll definitely get a video out regardless, because we will be summoning on part 1. Something I will mention as well is that I believe, if I remember correctly, last anniversary, the 30th multi on part 1, and someone can correct me in the comment section if I'm wrong here, the 30th multi on part 1 was one of the 3 new Super SUGO characters. Now this year, we only have 2 Super SUGO characters and an anniversary exclusive. As for last anniversary, Roger wasn't included on that 30th step, I believe. And then for the One Piece Day celebration, which is very similar to what we have right now with 2 Super SUGOs, it was a select Super SUGO pool that included both Yamato and Luffy vs Kaido. So I'm getting a vibes that they're going to go down the route of part 1 30th multi will be a select Super SUGO pool, which will include the 2 new ones and a bunch of others. So if you guys are planning on going crazy on part 1, just have a look at the banner first and make sure you guys are committed to the rest of the celebration as well, because we will, like I said, we will be getting at least 2 more Super SUGOs after this. Like, I can guarantee you there will be at least 2 more coming. It's just the way the cookie crumbles. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully your tickets were better than mine. My ticket sucks. Like, well, we picked up 2 good characters that we could use, right? We have Nami and Sanji, and then we got Usopp Lilith. That was basically the only 2 characters that are worth anything. And the only reason they're worth anything is because they're... I need to, like, stop these characters. I need to triple check that. The only reason they're worth anything is because they have a super special in PvP. Something also to note with the 11th anniversary, they didn't go down the route of giving the Super SUGO characters PvP super specials. I thought with PvP assault mode that we would possibly get PvP super specials for the Super SUGO characters because of the new game mode, but lo and behold, they are keeping it for anniversary exclusives and the end of month batch legends. I do understand why they're doing this. They're trying to make those characters have a little bit more importance to the game, rather than the Super SUGOs just being like the, oh my god, I need to get my hands on these characters because they will stereotypically be the best of the best. Now, if you start looking at characters in PvP, the anniversary exclusive characters do seem to be the ones that are the best when it comes to PvP, because not only because of their super specials, but stereotypically they do have very, very good PvP abilities. And now they have that added effect that if you get a certain amount of dupes of them, you are going to be able to just destroy stuff. Big Mom Katakuri at level and break 5, Roger Rayleigh Gaban at level and break 5, Luffy Lucci at level and break 5 are all so disgustingly strong. And then you have honorable mentions like Zoro and Kaku, and then you have Kaido and King, who are both fantastic characters leveled in break 5. Then you, like, if you look at Christmas Uta, Usopp and Lilith, like those characters too, they are disgustingly strong at level and break 5, but they're characters that are going to come to you eventually. If your tickets don't look like mine, you're eventually going to pick them up on tickets, and you're going to max them out that way, or they're eventually going to pop up on banners like the big Super SUGO Fest. Like, I can already guarantee you that Christmas Uta will, and probably Usopp Lilith and Nami and Sanji, they will be on this anniversary banner. Like, I can pretty much confirm that. Just going back to the backlog, I don't think that the Zoro, memorable Zoro batch will be there. Definitely don't think they'll be there, but I can see those Egghead characters, well, start Egghead characters being there, because this is obviously an Egghead celebration. Last thing to note, like I said, if you guys want to wait for this particular Make Your Own SUGO Fest, I totally understand. 14th is the last day to vote. I'll do a separate video on my particular selections and who I'm going to be voting for / who I think you guys really should be targeting. Again, I want to preface, don't target regular legends. They are going to be just like regular pools, and they'll be on tickets eventually too. But I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. Get pumped for the 11th anniversary. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.